At Michigan State, Tom Izzo has started seasons badly or with losses before.
I feel like that's all the time now.
It's not all the time, but it's fairly often.
Yeah.
Some of it is, by the way, it's because of the way they schedule. Tom schedules aggressively. There was one year where they started 0-2. Well, the first game was against North Carolina on an aircraft carrier, and the second game was against Duke in the Champions Classic. So that particular year, Michigan State could have been a top 10 team and still lost both of those games. And it's always funny talking to Tom, like in the second week of the season, third week of the season, in times like these, because he's always like, I can't believe I scheduled this. I don't know. I don't know why I brought James Madison into the Breslin Center. I don't know why I agreed to go play Duke again. He's always mad at himself.
Nah, I respect it.
I do too. And I talked to him about it at length one time, and he said the reason because I said, man, I wish more coaches would do what you do, which is schedule aggressively early. And he said, I do too, but I understand why they don't. And I said, expand on that. Talk to me about it. He said, he didn't say this, but he knows who he is. He doesn't think of himself this way, but he's not dumb. He knows who he is. Mm-hmm. He's a Naismith Memorial Hall of Famer who's been to 25 straight NCAA tournaments. Do you realize 25 straight NCAA tournaments is the third longest NCAA tournament stretch in history? And it is completely Tom Izzo.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
It's crazy. And so the point he made one time, in his own words, I'm paraphrasing here, he was like, if I start 1-2, I don't freak out, my players don't freak out, and most importantly, maybe, my fans don't freak out. They get frustrated because nobody wants to go from fourth in the AP poll in the preseason to 1-2. But he has a long track record of figuring it out no matter what. All right? And so when Michigan State drops to 1-2, 9 days into the season, people don't freak out. They go, man, maybe Michigan State's not going to be as good as I thought. But they don't freak out, and here's why. I just sort of went through it last night. Tom Izzo started 2-2 in the 2002-2003 season and still made the Elite Eight. Tom Izzo started 0-3 in 2004-2005 against top 50 KenPom teams, still made the Final Four. Tom Izzo lost to Maryland by 18 points early in the 2008-2009 season, still made the title game of the NCAA tournament. Started 0-2 in 2011-2012. That's the year where it was North Carolina and then the Champions Classic and back-to-back games. Mm-hmm. Still got a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. This guy's won a national championship. He's been to 8 Final Fours. What history tells us, and the history is a quarter century old right now, every Tom Izzo team, at worst, gets good enough to make the NCAA tournament, and at best becomes great. This one will probably be somewhere in the middle. I think you can reasonably say right now, maybe Michigan State's not going to be what I thought. But if Michigan State's not good, it will quite literally be the first time in more than 25 years that Michigan State is not good, as long as we're setting the bar of good at making the NCAA